What's up? I know I haven't been on here for a while. Last time I was on here talking about the Eagles was back leading up to the San Francisco 49ers game, which the Eagles did beat the 49ers and have won the past 3 games against the 49ers, Falcons, and Seahawks. Now that leads us all up to a very key, important division matchup against the New York Giants on Sunday Night Football at the Link. Well, first I guess I can recap these past 3 games, I guess in a nutshell, but we basically saved our season in the 49ers game at San Francisco. Falcons, we got off to a very slow start, but we eventually beat them. The Seahawks, we had a bad start, but then from after the bad start throughout, we just dominated the game. Also last week, Brent Selleck really stood out, did a great job, and I think he'll probably start this week over L.J. Smith. But for the game, the Eagles-Giants, I really think it is key for the Eagles to stop getting off to bad offensive starts all the time. And if they get off to a good offensive start, just you can't rest. Keep going at it. But then another key is, for the Eagles offense to stop always getting in within the 20-yard line and always kicking field goal after field goal after field goal. 4 times last week that could have been potential touchdowns. It led to 4 David Aker field goals. But obviously, I obviously don't take field goals for granted, and I don't even take David Aker's very good field goal kicking for granted. And I don't even take special teams for granted, even though it's easy to. But, I really would rather have a touchdown than a field goal, obviously. And it's just too much inconsistency within like the 30 and the 20-yard line that the Eagles have had throughout the season. I guess you can make an exception for last week because we put up 26 points. But I think where I think I can put a good example up here is the Dallas game. And obviously the Eagles fans watched the Dallas Monday Night Football game in week 2. And you saw time and time again that David Akers throughout that Monday Night Football game in Dallas had to put up field goal after field goal after field goal when we could have had touchdowns that could have made a difference in the game and could have preserved us a win. But we lost. And it was a very tough loss. But you have to score when given an opportunity against the Giants, or you're dead. And you almost have no chance of winning this game. But I think it's key for the Eagles to be on the same page this week. Everyone's got to bring their A+ game. Brent Selleck stepped up big time last week in Seattle, making play after play. And here it's time for the Eagles' homecoming for Brent Selleck to make plays in front of the Eagle fans at the Link, and to get the starting job over LJ, who's out with a concussion currently. LJ got a hard hit against the Falcons, so that's why he's out, and I don't think he'll start this Sunday against the Giants, which in my mind is kind of a good thing against LJ. It's been pretty much a disappointment over the past few years, unfortunately. And as for the Giants, definitely defending Super Bowl champions, I definitely, give them credit. I respect Eli Manning's football play. Eli Manning is a good quarterback. I actually respect Eli Manning for the person that he is, but when it comes to football, on the field, obviously, Eagles and Giants fans can relate on this. We hate each other. I hate the Giants. Giants fans hate the Eagles. I understand. I've hated the Giants. I've hated the Cowboys. I've hated the Redskins. Redskins are a third within the teams that I hate, but it's real close between who I hate more, between the Dallas and the Giants. It's real close because but I honestly think Eagles Giants is the best. Whoever we face in the NFC East, because it's Philly and New York. What more can you ask for? Philly New York rivalries, in my mind, I think are the best in this country. Philly New York rivalries, especially when it comes to the Eagles and Giants. And I know everyone says Eagles Dallas is a big rivalry, but I think Dallas's real rival is probably the Redskins more than us. But we have a rivalry with the Giants that just feels different in my mind. And it's been tough against the Giants these past few years. The last time we beat the Giants was back in that wild card playoff game, and that was a great game that we won. So happy after that game, but we ended up losing to New Orleans in the next round 2 seasons ago. So that's the last time we beat the Giants. We got swept by them last year, and it hurt. It really hurt. We beat them. If we were to beat them just 1 out of the 2 times last year, they might not have had a chance to get into the playoffs and win the Super Bowl. But it is what it is. Nothing you can do about it. Speaking of the Giants' offense, they've had a great offense. For Plaxico Burress, or actually for Eli Manning's sake, we just have to get heavy pressure on Eli, so he doesn't really have to go to Burress. Get into the passing lanes, and Asante has to stay with Burress. I think Asante Samuel will probably will go up against Plaxico. Obviously, Plaxico towers over most defenders, but Asante Samuel has good hops and he's quick, so Asante can't bite on anything. He really has to, pay extra attention, and everyone, like I said, has to bring their A+ game this week. And I think I mentioned the offense. Just don't kick field goals and don't always go 3 and out. Field goal, once is, okay, you can take it. But, it can't be consistently field goal after field goal after field goal, or you're not going to win this game. But as for the game overall, I've heard from newspapers, the Eagles are predicted by 3. I think the Eagles, if everyone brings out their A+ game like they did against the Rams, the Eagles can win this game. And it's a huge game. It's almost like, to me, I'm as pumped for this game as I was for the Eagles-Patriots game last year, because this is the defending Super Bowl champions and currently the best team in the NFL, and I want to win this game so badly. So Giants fans, don't count us out. Don't take us too lightly, because you see what happens in the NFL when teams take the opposition too lightly. You saw the Redskins. They took, in my mind, the Rams too lightly, I believe 3 weeks ago, and they lost to the Rams. Dallas took the Cardinals and the Rams too lightly, and they lost to those teams. And the Cowboys are 5-4, and the Cowboys are actually in last, as great as that sounds. But it's only halfway through the season, and the Eagles need this game to get back into the NFC East race. It'll be huge no matter which way it goes. So the Eagles will either prove this week they're just the same team as last year, not a good team, or the Eagles can prove this week that they are really a legitimate contender and really are serious about getting back into the playoffs and making a Super Bowl run. Because once you get into the playoffs, you never know what can happen. Alright, so that's all I got. Let's go Eagles. Let's get this win.